Hey guys, Chris at Tillman Family Farm. So I apologize. I have been slacking the past couple of weeks. We have been busy with all this homesteading stuff. There's a lot of things that we've done in the past couple of weeks that I really wish that I'd have gotten some video footage, because some of it was first times for us. And well, a lot of it is things that maybe you guys don't know how to do, or things along that line. So let's do a little recap. So we pulled honey for the first time from our hives. Awesome experience. Sean, the guy that's helping us, he came out, he brought some equipment out, helped us spin our first bit of honey. We screened it and we put it in some jars, and it looks amazing. I'm gonna do a better job next year on filming honeybees type stuff, because I feel like we'll be ready and almost know what we're talking about. Not quite, but almost. The other thing that we've been doing a lot of is gardening and then maintaining. So when you get a place like this and you get a ton of rain like we've had through the spring, things are going to grow, and they are going to grow like crazy. So we don't spray a lot of chemicals around here. Actually, we don't spray anything around here, but so fence lines, we have been working tirelessly on fence lines, and then gardening. We kind of got to a point to where me running the sweep through the rows was a little impossible. The rows had grown into each other, and I was going to be tearing up plants more than anything. So we've kind of gotten to the part where we've started harvesting. So tomatoes have started to come in. Our squash and zucchini was a bust. So we're going to tear all that stuff out and we're going to start over. We have harvested all of our kidney beans. So all of those have been picked. They're in the process of being shelled. All sorts of stuff is coming in. There'll be pinto beans ready the next couple of days. Black beans are ready. Jamie's put up more pickles this year than she put up last year already, and they are still producing like crazy. So there's a lot of things going great homestead wise. Sheep are still being moved. Chickens are still pumping out eggs. But the thing that I want to talk about today is how hot it's been the last couple of weeks, and water. Water is essential for everything on a homestead, especially your livestock, and that's what we're going to focus on today. I'll start off by talking about basically the two main things that we do our best to maintain a great water source for. So that's livestock, and then the garden would be the next. So gardening, we have several different hoses and whatnot set out. We have some diverters so that we can turn water off and on and keep a good water pressure. We make sure that the whole entire garden area is covered. Then we have raised beds that we drag an actual hose out to, and we do a lot of hand watering there. Those get water more often simply because of the fact that they are raised beds, and they're going to drain out a whole lot faster. So that dirt is not going to maintain as much of a, looks like I got somebody out. Who's that back there? I do. I have a goat out. Anyhow, she's out wandering around with the horses back here somewhere. She's supposed to be in that pen. They're on the docket to get moved today, so they're probably getting a little anxious. Anyhow, so water for the garden's a big one. Livestock is really the one that I want to talk about today. So for horses and cows, their primary water source is going to be the ponds that we have. So we have about an acre, maybe acre and a half pond down here behind the house. And then over in the big pasture, we have about a 1/4 acre pond that's spring fed. So that pond has always got water in it, and it's nice water. Over here in this pasture, we also have out water tanks for horses. Cows don't make it to this side very often, but they do. And then the goats and sheep, we have a big water tank that gets filled. If you look behind me right there, that is a portable water tank that we use to take water out to different places on the farm that we don't have water lines run to, right? So this is a very, very important thing to be able to use all of your property. We've talked about that in some other videos. To be able to use everything, you got to be able to get resources there. Water's one of them. So we took a very small trailer, and that is a IBC tank. I want to say that one will hold 300 gallons, I think. So 300 gallons of water. We do have a pump system to where if we're filling a big tank, we can use a pump system and pump it in there. It's just a little gas pump. And then also when we are filling chicken water and things like that, and these smaller setups right here, we'll keep that tank close by. So I've got a setup out there that I want to show you for our big egg laying set, and then I want to talk to you about individual waters for decent sets of chickens that you may have in a smaller group. Some of them may be, so ours, everything we have gets moved, but some of these waters may be right for you and your situation, and some may not be. We've got some new ones from our friends over at Starkline. They're starting to carry a line of poultry products that are very, very intriguing. We've got some of the waters, and we're comparing them to some of the waters that we've been buying from our local farm type stores. And I'm going to tell you, these things look like they are a lot more rugged. The plastic is put together a lot better. So I'm going to grab a couple things. I'm going to grab the new waters. We're going to go out to a chicken set, and we're going to look at those different types of watering situations, and maybe you can come up with something that's long term. The biggest reason for this is that we all know hot days like this, the animals drink more, and you've all come home and been like, oh my gosh, the water's empty. So keeping enough water in for these animals is the biggest thing, and some of these may help you make a decision on how to provide for them in the best way. So the heat's not letting us down today. It is hot as all craziness out here. So I'm going to show you these different waters, and I think that you will be able to figure out what you need for the chickens that you have and the amount of chickens that you have. And then before this, I'll close out and I'll go show you the big water setup that we can run for days and days and days and days, sometimes weeks at a time. Just depends on how much we fill up the big tank. So to get started, so we use waterers like this. Okay, this is 5 gallons. These things, the outside of them gets nasty. What you're trying to make sure of is that you keep these things clean on the inside, and then the drinking tray itself, that's what you want to keep clean the most. These do, with every time we change out birds, so like when these birds go out, all of these things we get a deep clean. We bring a tub around, we have cleaners and all kinds of stuff, and we go through it that way. But in between, we take a brush and we just run the inside of it out. So this is 5 gallons, and I'm going to tell you, so that group, I have 2 of these that are in with a group in a 14 by 10 mobile coop. It's the range coop type deal. There's probably, oh gosh, 30 at least birds in there, and we keep 2 of these in there filled up with them. And now that it's getting hot, they're going through it even faster. So that's one thing. We also use these. Okay, so this is a gravity feeder, or gravity fed water. So it goes like that. Drinking tray's on the bottom. You fill it up, then put your tray on, and then flip it over. Same thing with these. I think this is 3 gallons, I think. So the inside is the big deal. The drinking tray is the big deal. Keep those clean. The outside of it, they're gonna perch on it and do all kinds of stuff. It's a great idea too to maybe set some blocks in there to set this up on, because when they scratch around it, whatnot, they're gonna get stuff all in these trays right here, and it just becomes a nasty mess. So these are a pretty good deal. I've got one of these in with a group of about, I think there's 8 or 10 birds in a smaller coop over there. This lasts them about a day and a half. This same type, these are some that are not in service right now because we're just not using them, but we've got a bunch of these. These are 1 gallons. These go in with a lot of our chick groups. These go in with 2 or 3 of these will go in with a smaller group of chicks, but this allows them, it's a shorter base, so they can get into it a whole lot easier, even when it's sitting up on something. So this is another thing. So keep in mind, size these per how many birds you have and how much water they're going through a day. You may have to do some experimenting with it, but these are 2 great options. Now, I needed another one of these, so I got to looking, and our friends at Starkline have now started selling poultry products, waterers, feeders, supplements, grit, all sorts of stuff. It's all on their website. It's all up, and you can go look at it. But we went ahead and got some of the waterers to try out. So I want to show them to you. The one that I just showed you, this one with the green bottom on it, I got one of those from them, and I'm going to tell you, I was a little bit shocked when I got it at the product itself. And let me explain to you why. So if you look at it, it's about the same, right? It all looks the same. Same process. It has a float in it that allows the water to drain into the pan. The difference is the material. This thing, the plastic on this thing is so much thicker and so much more rugged. I mean, like, just doing like that, just pushing on it, you don't get much give and much flex there, because it's really, really put together well. This thing, I mean, you just put your thumb on it, and we've had about 4 or 5 of these over the years, and these are, you just pick these up at your normal you know, like a Rural King or a Tractor Supply or something like that, and they work great. I'm not knocking them, but I think from experience, having had a bunch of these over the years, that how thick this plastic is and all on these, that this is going to last us a lot longer than what that did. Now, I think that the big one with the green bottom on it is it's either a 5 or 6 gallon, and this one appears to be maybe a gallon less. That's fine, no big deal. Still a lot of water and a great watering system. Now, we got another one from them, and this is totally different to us, but I like it because of the fact that it's up off the ground. You don't have to go in and physically put blocks and things on it. So this one is really interesting. I would probably say that this one is going to be something more like you would want it in a stationary coop that you keep birds in all the time, that doesn't move, that you might even have access to a water hose, and I'll show you why. So like I was saying, you don't have to set it up on anything. Water's going to collect down in here. There's plenty of space for birds to get in and out of there, right? And then you've got this spout that comes down in it, and the water will only fill up to there. And then this is a 6-gallon tank on top of it. This is what I was talking about. That's how you fill it up. So for us, we do a lot of bucket fed stuff out of this tank, and this is going to be difficult for us to fill with a bucket. Now, can we get a funnel and overcome that? Of course, we can overcome that stuff. Even if we had our pump system, I want to say that our hose nozzle is about that big. Now, if we had just a regular valve on one of these tanks like we do on the big watering system out here, we could let water just gravity feed into this, no problem. But this thing would be great. It's, man, like the same thing over here with the other one. This is nice, hard plastic. I mean, I would compare that to a 55-gallon drum, like a plastic drum. That's how hard this plastic is. So very durable, very rugged. And I think that we're going to get a lot of years out of this. We're just going to have to overcome how to use this small spout to fill it up, which I don't think is going to be a problem. You just got to think outside the box a little bit. So those last couple of waters there that we were talking about, those are available on starkline.com. You can go there and check out. I believe it's under their poultry products tab or something like that. We will kind of keep you updated over the summer and I guess over the years of how these things stand up to the test of time, because we're rough on stuff. There's no doubt about that. But anyhow, don't forget that you can use our discount code Tillman Family at checkout to get 10% off of any Starkline products. And also, I'll list a link that you can go directly to the website down in the description below. This last setup that I want to show you was originally done for pigs. And I'll kind of give you the rundown of the whole setup. But it's another tank on another trailer, and I'm going to show you how we're using it right now. Originally, we built this as a shade structure out in a big pasture for pigs. I had some metal piping type stuff across here, and we had a tarp stretched out across it. And oh man, the roof line came out to here somewhere, and it just added all this shade out in an open pasture that we could let our pastured pigs get under. And we put a tank on it with a float valve in one of the big pig barrels. So we don't have any pigs right now. We've decided to take a break from pigs, so we have repurposed this for the chickens. So same concept, fill the tank up, and then got some rogue birds that don't want to stay where they're supposed to. Then this is how you turn the tank off. You can get these on Amazon. I'll put a link in the description down below. Then you need this little thing to screw into it. I think some of them will come with the right size valve and you don't have to have this piece, but then this is just a water spigot. We put a quick connect on it so that you can just pull it and unhook the wire or unhook the hose. This hose comes around, it's a long hose, and it goes into this. That is a float valve. That float valve, when the water level gets up and pushes the float valve up, it turns the water off. Water goes down, turns it back on, up, down, turns it off and on. So these birds are all, they have water all the time. It is essential for them to have water in this kind of area. We've also kind of made sure in the hotter days that we're keeping them some kind of shade area. We've been running them all through these woods back here. We had some predation problems a little while back, so we decided to move them back a little bit closer. So we got them back up here next to the barn in the shade. They'll probably need to move next week. So they've been here a week, so you can look at the ground. They'll probably clean up a lot more of this before they move out of here. But you can see the grass around here. They're not doing too much damage. But that's the gist of keeping everybody watered very well and keeping everybody happy and healthy when it gets super duper hot outside. Guys, this tank setup behind me, we used to do that in a similar fashion with a 55-gallon drum. You get a 55-gallon drum, you pop a hole in the bottom portion of it, probably about that far from the bottom, and you can actually screw in a water spigot right there. Kind of works the same way. You have to seal up the threads pretty good, but it works pretty good as well. And you don't have to have a 300-gallon tank. You have a 55-gallon tank that would still last a big set of birds for quite some time. So I hope that these ideas have helped you out a little bit, and just pay attention to these livestock animals out here in the heat, man. That they can't do it for themselves in a lot of cases, so it's up to us to make sure that they have enough. And when we're away at work and they run out in the middle of the day, it's just not fair to them. So let's get enough waterers, let's get them out there, enough water sources, let's get them out there for all these animals that we take care of, and make sure that they stay hydrated. Guys, I appreciate you watching. If you don't mind, please go down and like and subscribe and ring that bell so you'll see all the videos that we put out, and we will see you on the next video.